Hello, and here we are again with the third part of our terraced houses build. So the first parts are on my channel, and today we're doing this part, which is one of my favorites. It's more of a posh part of the housing block, and the other two were more for a nuclear family and a slumlord. And this one I want to use all the new stuff, also from the kitchen, the home chef hustle. And I'm trying to put a window here from the high school years so that teenagers can escape their parents. But yeah, I don't know if that is really in the right place there because they can't really come down, but whatever. And I was following a example on Pinterest that I had for this. So this has a whole glass wall that I thought would be nice instead of making open in some of the other builds that I did. And yeah, so that if you have the heating on, doesn't escape. And thankfully, because I put radiators from the Vampires pack in this build, so thankfully those are now operational. So they're functional in a new update, so you can use them. And I put them everywhere here because we have radiators everywhere here where I live. And also when I was living in the UK, yeah, you have radiators everywhere. I mean, you don't have I always forget what the name is. Not again, Esther. No, not again. Okay, so yeah, you don't have fireplaces everywhere. That's the word I was looking for. And I'm trying to do this bookcase around the entrance, but yeah, the modular ones don't always work the way I want to. This was also an example that I had, and I thought it was a really nice little book nook idea to have that just around the wall and just sit there with your book. And yeah, so that's what I did. I took a lot of time to decide what sofas to do in this living room. So sometimes I've cut little bits out because I was doing so long about deciding, especially the big one in the corner here. Yeah, I just couldn't decide. Sometimes they're all just not it, you know. I don't really like the very bright colors or very black colors in The Sims. And we don't have a lot of nice ones that... Well, see, there's the cut, because it took me, I looked through all of them. I think I might have too many packs at this point. Yeah, I'm sorry. So sometimes I just go through everything to see if something will fit. And I want to make this sort of like modern deluxe a little bit. And yeah. And these tables, the coffee tables, I don't know why they're so big. Do people have like massive coffee tables like this in their house? I mean, we have a big coffee table, but it's from the 70s, so I don't know if that's normal or not. Yeah, so with the new packs, you'll be able to easily convert this and just make them for families. Or, well, one of them I have with an extra unit, so she has a lodger upstairs as a cat lady, so that's the one I'm doing after this one, but I still have to edit it. And I also have one for a slumlord, which is the one I did before this, and it has whole family in one room, and then one room for students and one room for a couple. So that's more than, if you do all of them, then you'll have more than 6 units, but there's a cheat, so you can do one more if you want to. There's also a small communal, like shared space with like laundry machines and so on. And you could add a basement to all of these. I did in the first unit, but first house, because I didn't know if the boiler and the electricity box would be for all of them, or just you have to do them for all of like for each of them, or that you can do them for like the whole row. I mean, that's why I only added the basement on the first one. But yeah, so now it turns out that you can choose. You can either do it in the shared space, and then everyone can access it, or it will just be for all of the units, or you can do it per unit. But yeah, that if it breaks, of course, it will be more work. But yeah, so you can add a basement to these pretty easily. So that's why I did the first one. So you can use that as an example of how you could do that. You can just do like the stairs on top of each other. So yeah, that sounds a bit weird, but you can do that. And yeah, add it that way. So this room is already kind of coming together, I think. I often do a lot of occult gameplay, so I don't really make rooms as nice as this a lot of the time. But I want to do that for this one. So a different sort of sort of feel than I normally have. But it's nice to do something a bit out of your comfort zone sometimes. I did make 2 trailer parks as well. One is a werewolf trailer park that you might like. It's also on the gallery. This one is as well. And I did another trailer park as well. And so I have 2 trailer parks. And I also made the sort of rundown apartments, the building from Karate Kid. You might know it. And yeah, so it's a whole bit rundown, which is kind of what I like to make. But I'm also doing the loft apartments from New Girl next. We had a little like poll on Twitter about that, and that got the most votes. So that's what I'm doing. I have to see when I'm building that. I usually start the build on Twitch. So yeah, I'll have to see when I'm building that, because I'm also going away for the holidays, starting the 22nd. So yeah, I don't know how much time I will have to do so much. I hope to do some more videos, build videos for that. I'm sorry that I haven't been doing the videos for my werewolf family. I assure you, I have a lot of footage. I have like 500 gigabytes of the storytelling to go. I do play this the family as well live on Twitch, so if you want to see that. So I placed this was actually in a picture. So I placed the radiator under the books. I wouldn't personally do that maybe, but I don't know if in the game that they'll catch fire or not. And yeah, but I thought, yeah, you can sit there and it's nice and warm with your book. It's all cozy. I love the stuff from the Book Nook stuff, by the way. The stuff from Book Nook stuff. I'm sorry if I sound a bit tired today, but I had kind of a busy week. I've recently had my diagnosis for autism, which might be an explanation why I love building so much in The Sims. I don't know, or it doesn't. But yeah, again, this with the modular things. Esther, get it together. Yeah, so I was busy like with therapy, and I was busy with people coming over with their kids, and yeah, and training and trying to do like streaming as well. I did yesterday, like everything. All the batteries ran out of my mouse, of my tablet, so it was kind of a mess. But I had fun anyway. I'm really liking the new pack. So I hope that you're liking it as well. If you don't, or if you're sort of like, should I get it? Well, let me know, because I can surely recommend it. I was really afraid that it would be kind of like high school years, that it wouldn't have much like many Sims hanging around, but it's not that bad. So you have to wait a little bit as well for them to show up, and do a lot of things that can draw them out in shared spaces, like games or laundry or whatever, that like activities, maybe a gym and so on. But they won't hang around all the time outside. But you can do like a potluck thing, and there's like a maintenance day or something that they come out and do fixing and repairing and cleaning the shared spaces, so they come out of their units. But it's a bit less than I expected. but I don't think I've put the kids games, the new ones, in the shared spaces yet. So I think that might draw out the kids as well. So there's a lot of stuff that I have to try out. But so far it's working okay for me. So I did that on stream yesterday. And I'm streaming Sunday as well. So I have to see what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do more Sims or do like take a break and do some retro games. Because I kind of feel like doing that as well. But I'm kind of tired today. So sorry if I sort of sound burnt out, because I kind of am. But yeah, I'm building this with Home Chef Hustle kitchen stuff, which I love. So I love when there's like different things to them, and it's not that boring, and they're like little items. But then also I want to use the corner stuff, but then they never like, it never works. So yeah, you can see me struggling with that. Oh, wish I could be like other streamers and have everything together, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I want to have the same door as the other side, because now also with the new small appliances, the kettle. I love the kettle. The kettle is just the whole reason to get the pack. Just to get the kettle, have hot cocoa and all kinds of tea, and have a latte and things. Because the old coffee machines, well, just did coffee. And in the older Sims games, they did like macchiato, cappuccino, and now you only get that when there's like a coffee shop lot, and you have like the coffee shop stuff. Then you can have specialized coffees, which is a nice idea, but I like them to have like an espresso something at home. And instead of doing that, they just gave us the kettle, which can do like a lot of different hot drinks. So yeah, I don't know if you can do that when you heat hot water in the microwave, by the way. You might be able to do that. So I don't know, because then it will be like base game, which would be pretty cool for them to do. But I haven't checked that yet, because heating water in a microwave is just against every belief I have. I'm sorry if you do that, but yeah, it doesn't go very well for me. I also really like the tiles that came with the Home Chef Hustle. As you can see, a lot of the tiles normally won't be like a splashback area behind the my words are difficult today, behind the counter. And this one, they did do that finally, because most of the tiles like stop at the height of the counter, and then you don't have like tiles behind it, or you have to do the whole wall with tiles, which is also not really what you would have. And the colors are really nice. Yeah, I want to have like a little nook here where you can have like your food dining room, not like a separate dining room, because I think a lot of these houses just have the kitchen table in the kitchen and don't have a separate dining room. I could have made those, because I did see a few of those, but yeah, I want to use tile near any kitchen like appliances that can, ignite, because I think that is a bit safer. Because if you look at the wooden tiles, then it will say that it has not a lot of fire resistance. So yeah, they'll spark into flames faster. I try to limit my cluttering here a bit, but I had to do a little bit. But because, I live for clutter. I even got like the everyday clutter kit now. So I have like cups everywhere. I wish they had more colored cups. They do have the unicorn one now with the new the kettle, that you have like a unicorn mug, which I love, because just the white mugs are just, I don't know. Wish you could choose like the umbrella that there's like you could set what kind of mugs they have, just like this mug rack, so that we can do something with that. That would be really cool. There is probably a mod for that, because there's probably a mod for everything. But yeah, I think I would really like that because I have my favorite mugs, and I have a mug for in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening, and to go to bed. So yeah, I love mugs. I give people mugs for Christmas and birthdays all the time because who doesn't love mugs? And we only have really boring ones. The Sims, I mean, it should be able to change that. Also, something I noticed since the last update, that they're drinking milk from the fridge a lot. I mean, is that sort of a dairy lobby campaign or something? Because my Sims never used to drink any milk from the fridge. I mean, there is milk in the fridge, but when you choose it. But yeah, I think that was really odd because they're werewolves. Why would they be drinking milk? It's weird. But, you know, maybe it's just something they're trying out. And I really want to make this like a plant, like conservatory thing. But I kind of find out that I don't have a lot of space. But I didn't want to make this lot too big because I think the new pack is already heavy enough as it is, causing lots of lag. And of course there's a lot of stuff in this build as well. Thankfully it only loads the lot that you're playing, but yeah, still it'll load a lot of the information anyway, so I didn't want to make it too heavy for people to play with. And yeah, and I'm also happy that I did pre-build these, because I've noticed when you want to build once it's set to residential rental, it really kind of lags, because the game of course has to think about the whole residential rental stuff the whole time when you like trying to build these. But so it's easier to build everything when it's set to just residential and then just change it afterwards to residential rental and just do all the units manually then, because that'll be much faster building. Certainly if you have to switch between the landscaping and the build stuff and the buy catalog. So if you go between this and buying things like items, then you'll have lag, I think. Maybe they'll fix that, but yeah. So best to not build it when it's set to residential rental, because it has like sort of very annoying going like it's just like the game is just like this is a lot of work. I think behind the scenes it has been a lot of work for them to change it so that apartments are even possible, because this engine is old as hell. So it's been there since, I mean, they made it like 10 years ago. So it came out 9 years ago, I guess, 2014. But yeah, they've worked on it, of course, before that. And yeah, it's old. And also that means the people who might have been working on it at the time don't work there anymore. Because I worked for a software company. And yeah. Sometimes it was very hard for the developers to make some new stuff, because the people who originally made the software weren't there anymore, and everything is just patched together with some like tape or something, and they just hope for the best. So that might be a little bit here as well. So I finished most of the kitchen, and you see the beautiful kitchen next to it where it's not so nice. And yeah, I was really happy with that kitchen, with the colors, and I think they did a good job with that, so the new packs. And I did make this bathroom everywhere the same. I thought that would be easy, like a downstairs bathroom, like small one, like for guests. I think that's also what we have here in Holland. And I am tempted to build some Dutch row houses, but they're kind of boring. So I don't know. But there's always temptation to build something that you're native to. And this is the bathroom of one of the kids' rooms. the girls' room, or a guy who likes pink and minty green. Doesn't matter. So I want to make her room and the bathroom kind of in the same color scheme. I was doubting what kind of mirrors I'm using. They're either really big or really small, I think. And you can't change them the size, because that game goes all wonky if you try to do that. And yeah, so I kind of always struggle with that. Also with windows, it would be so nice if we could size them up and down, but yeah, it's just set to a specific hole in the wall, and that's it. I would also love if we had broken windows that we could put in there, but yeah, maybe one day. They did add more like wall decals in the new expansion, which yeah, so it makes things look old and moldy, and I love that. Why? I don't know. It just feels more lived in and more that you can have like your stories. But I want to make this this house kind of pretty, which I normally don't. Sort of yeah, make everything super nice for once, and yeah, a bit more affluent. And hopefully I'm gonna put some actual Sims in here, because I want my Sims to be there, like they own like half of the houses. Because my main Sim is a criminal, and she's at the top of the criminal career, and she has like bank jobs. So I'm just imagining that she like robs banks and then buys real estate to do like money laundering or something like that. They also have like a pawn shop and a bakery and things like that. So that's my storyline, is how they're acquiring all these things. She's also a kleptomaniac, so I can break into people's houses and snoop and find their secrets, which is one of the things I like most of the new pack. So yeah, snooping. I'm gonna make some new Sims as well with the new traits. And yeah, for this room, I just use all the high school years stuff, because I really love it. I mean, I was kind of disappointed about the gameplay, that it's kind of limited, because I made so many new Sims. It's like, oh yeah, then all my Sims will be in high school. Of course, there are like only like 2 of them. But there are mods for that, I think, as well. But you have to set them all in social groups, which is pretty cool. So you have one nerdy girl, and you have like the popular girl, and you have the mean guy, and you know, you have all like the popular like groups stuff. We used to have that in earlier Sims as well, because I've been playing The Sims 2 and 3, and then you have like the different social groups as more like the techies and the jocks and things like that. So with high school years, they kind of brought that back, but without emphasizing it too much. But if you want to put other Sims in there in place of the standard NPCs, then you will have to make them each in a category as well, I think, for it to work well. But that was just, it's so much work. It's fine. I just meet the teens at the boba tea, I guess. So I was really happy with this room as well. And instead of doing a radiator here, I just did the space heater from Snowy Escape, which is also a favorite that I'm using in the trailer parks a lot. And you can just set that to auto thermostat. So if it gets cold, it heats up the room, and gets warm, it will just cool it. I mean, just buy Snowy Escape just for that thing, because I don't really play Snowy Escape very much, I'm afraid, because I know I like snow. There's a different reason than, yeah, I don't really go on snow vacations, because I'm very afraid to break stuff and it's just too cold the whole time. But I do like cold. So if I'm not playing San Sequoia a lot, because I really like it. I really like San Francisco. I've been there. But yeah, for me, if it's not snowing and not cold, then it's also a bit, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. Again, these are from the high school years, so I just use those packs in like the whole room because they all match, and I wanted to do stuff that matched for once. And this is the little study that I made. Yeah, so everybody can just use that for the computer and stuff. I did place some of the furniture earlier on already, so you can see. I usually do that before I do a lot of the details, just so I know that everything will fit and the dimensions are okay. So I usually test it out with a bed and some other furniture, so I can see if I need more space or less space, because you don't want to have too little space that they can't move around in, and they can't have like the basic necessities. But you also don't want to have too much space so that it feels like unrealistically big. So that you're like, okay, a room wouldn't be this big normally. And yeah, so I want to keep it a little bit realistic, but also doable for the Sims. I don't know if that window, if we'll be able to use that for high school years. I haven't tested that out yet. So, but eventually, I mean, this one I placed first in Evergreen Harbor, but later on I moved it to Brindleton Bay. So it's there. So eventually I will move Sims in there because I love it. What I love now, I didn't really expect that, but now if you have the welcome wagon, I like the welcome wagon. Don't you like it? I like it. Then there's actually a lot of people. When you come to the apartment, and there's like full of other people, then everybody will come to your apartment, and suddenly it's really busy. Normally there's just one or two people, and that's it. And you're like, okay, welcome wagon. But now there's like a heap of people, and you're like, oh my god, I have so many neighbors. So it feels a lot more full, even though they don't come out of their units a lot. But I don't go outside a lot either. So I think they didn't want to overwhelm people or like make it too busy or make it too busy for your computer. I also had some of them, because you can set the traits for each unit. It's like normally where you can put like a trace in the left top, when there's like a little house with exclamation mark. You can set traits for your build, and you can do it per unit, which is really cool. So I have really bad things, the gremlins, and things break, and grody and dirty, and also maybe some stray dogs or cats. And I'm really happy that you can do that per unit, because for this build, one of the houses is for an old cat lady. So I want to set for her house that there's lots of stray cats come hang around her house, and then they not hang around the rest of the house, which is, I think, the houses, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, so now I have stray dogs there as well, and I even have a mod that makes it sketchy, so there's drug dealers at night and things like that, and drunks. Yeah, so I wish you could also set these things for shared spaces though, because the shared spaces I would maybe like that it's homey, or that people like the Sims have easier time being friendly or mean or like something else, but you can't set them for shared spaces, sadly. So, but yeah, that's just one thing. Maybe there will be a mod for that. I think this new expansion will have a lot of mod opportunity. Yeah, again, this room I want to do a bit luxurious, so I use the modern Deluxe stuff here. I think that was the table there, the vanity table. Wow, I just thought about words all by myself. And some of the other, I think, did I not end up using the TV from that kit? Because that is like a painting, but then it's also TV, which I think they should do more of those things, because I mean, and people do have that, right? And yeah, and I use a lot of the eco lifestyle stuff as well for this, which I really like. Yeah, see, I did the painting. I remembered it correctly. Like, they can watch TV in their bed and it not be like a big black box the rest of the time. And of course, radiator for heat if they don't want to have the fireplace on. And those fireplaces are also from Eco Lifestyle. I use Eco Lifestyle a lot to build and buy stuff. I don't really play with neighborhood action plans. I think I do want to do one playthrough, one save with that one, but honestly, I can't deal with all the stuff, like wearing their bags over their heads and things like that. I mean, you can turn it off, but still, it's kind of annoying to have those on, or that people come and use your stuff, or neighborhood brawl things like all the time. It just drives me crazy. At first, I didn't know what was doing that, and I have like a vet's place, and people there were just like fighting each other the whole time, and it just drove me crazy. It's like, what is going on? But yeah, it was the neighborhood action plan, and NAP, I think. But you can turn them off and also change them via your mailbox. Also, the mailboxes with the new pack, I really like that as well. You can also snoop, and you can also get Christmas presents. And yeah, I really like the way they did that. But I think the same team that did this pack also did werewolves and cottage living, and it really shows. I haven't even been to the New World, I have to admit. Yeah, I still have to go to Tomarang, but yeah, maybe I will today. But I'm also busy writing my Christmas cards. I don't know if you do Christmas, but I'd like to go all out on it. I didn't used to like it a lot, but yeah, now I do. So the little bathroom there, I didn't have a lot of space, but I mean, bathrooms where I live, and I think in UK as well, they're more almost like an afterthought. So there are not a lot of bathrooms, and they're not very big. And sometimes they're under the stairs, and you're like sort of, your head is a bit like, your neck is a bit cracked. And yeah, again, with the radiators, I got so happy with the radiators, placed them everywhere. And yeah, you'll be able to sync that with the thermostats as well. So that's cool. I want to make a little gym for this family because, yeah, they like staying healthy and working out. And also want to do like one of the music, maybe the mom or the dad or one of the kids is famous on YouTube, just like me. Yeah, no. And this is the boys' room. I made it sort of boyish, but yeah, you can also have a girl there, or anyone, or someone who's staying over. But I usually have a certain family or a certain idea of what I want the house to be like. So I have an idea of like the characters that would live there. That's how I build. I build for like specific scenarios. So there are more like set pieces than just a random build, which helps choose what I want to do. The roof there of that, like that garden house thing. Yeah, it's a bit odd. And yeah, I think I went a bit crazy from the debug at one point as well. Yeah, and I have a lot of like custom content in there, but I don't use that when I build because then you can't really upload it. I mean, you can, but then people have to take extra steps and find all the CC that you used, and it's just a bother. I never download some stuff with CC either because I think it's kind of annoying. And I feel it's kind of like cheating. I do use custom content sometimes for my Sims, certainly for hairs and some clothing, but mostly for the hairs, because the hairs with the game are pretty boring. So yeah, so this is also nicely coming together. Also with what's on the walls. It's also from Eco Lifestyle, and it has sort of a luxurious, fancy idea. The rug also goes with it. Oh my god, it's great. Also for high school years, and has nice little radiator in the room. Great. I'm loving it. Yeah, so I think we're almost at the end here. Oh yeah, I have to do the bathroom as well. And now sometimes at the end I'll just do all the posters and do all the rugs and things like that, and some clutter. Yeah, I do like the posters that come with the werewolf pack as well. I use them everywhere because I really like the colors. I think in the last years they've really stepped it up, I think. I think the first packs that came out were more like, okay, we have to bring something out, and The Sims 4 is not really what we planned that it was going to be, because it's supposed to be an online game. So they sort of panicked, like panicked packs. So we have to bring stuff out for The Sims 4. And you kind of notice it. But I think lately, the packs are really getting a lot better. You can really tell that they're trying to make stuff that people want to play with, like the horses, even though the horses wasn't my personal favorite. But yeah, they did put a lot in that animation. I think this new pack as well, they did do a lot. Is that? Oh yeah. So I want to do like a little bit of a male type bathroom. I mean, I don't want to do like stereotypes, but yeah, that's kind of what I did. But of course you can always change it to what suits your needs. But I think for this pack, it's a lot of work to decorate this apartment. So maybe not everyone wants to spend a lot of time decorating them, but I also have a shell with just basic furniture in it, so that you can see what the room divisions are, but it doesn't have like all like full of decorations like I'm showing now. So I didn't used to do that, but now I do two versions. One with like a basic furniture and room division, and yeah, one that has like full of furniture and stuff that you can maybe use straight away, that you can start playing straight away, because you know, it also might take a while to do this, because these builds took me a lot longer, of course, than just doing one house, because you're actually doing 4 builds into one. And so yeah, it's a lot, but I really like doing it because it opens so much up, like stories. Also the other builds that I did, it feels so much more realistic, I think, to have people living closer together than all of them like separate lots or just only roommates. I think it adds a lot to the game, but I only started playing yesterday. So I think today I'm going to do some more playing just to find out how everything works, and maybe even visit Tomarang as well. So yeah, so we're almost through for today. This is almost done. I want to make little bathroom for a guy or whatever you want. And yeah, that painting is so ugly. And I want to do some like posters upstairs, maybe. Yeah, some stuff that you don't place anywhere else, and that clown painting, which is kind of haunted. So if you look too long at the clown will come to you. So be warned for that, or maybe that's something that you want. I really wish that we had some different curtains as well. When you're making so many different units, then you're running into all the problems with having the same stuff on the windows everywhere. And of course, sometimes they also don't fit, and the colors are way off. But okay, so if the Sims team is watching, hey, can you put some more curtains in there? Yeah, we did have some with the new pack that I really like with the flowers, because certainly for the cat lady house I want to have this like frilly flower stuff. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Thank you again for watching, and I hope that you have a good one today, and stay prepared for werewolves. They're coming too. I promise. They're coming back. They are.